Hello everybody, my name is Dratnos. Sorry for the late weekly vault, and sorry for the even later patch notes video that'll be coming out today, as I slept a lot. I was up late playing Diablo 4, but I did still play some World of Warcraft last week. Now, most of my characters this week have only done one key. A few of them have done a little bit of raid as well, but I think 9 or 10 of them have only done one key. So we're going to be doing a lot of gambling in the video this week. It's going to be a little bit of a shorter video than usual. Maybe not if I ramble as long as I currently am. And there is a chance that this is going to be the last weekly vault video of the season. I don't know for sure. But if I don't do much keys this week, then I may or may not create one next week. It may only be a 5-minute video. Now that we've got beta moving into the dungeon testing time, I may be doing keys on beta rather than on retail. But here's our first vault of the week. It is on my warrior. It is a single keystone vault. It's a breastplate of soaring terror. I already have myth track in the chest piece, so we'll be taking the tokens of merit. All right, easy enough. Obviously, it would have been good if I'd found more vault slots, but I wasn't gonna do that. The passion is running low. Even logging into each character and doing a key. See, the thing about logging into each character and doing a key is it takes like a few hours one night where you're just kind of blasting out a bunch of keys with everybody, and you swap characters after every run and play a different character, do a different key. Like, that can be a pretty fun thing to do. That's like one night though, but I wasn't really feeling WoW much beyond that last week. I did do a mythic raid though. We did Monday night squad MNS, which went pretty successfully actually. We got Razagath sub 50% on like our third full, but then we left. But we're actually reasonably close to killing Razagath, and we did kill all the other bosses. So let's see what we've got in the vault here. This could be a Mythic Raid slot or a M+ slot. I did one key as well. There's a Mythic Stormeater's Boon. Mythic Shoulders. Wow, that's good. Mythic Boots. Or a Speed Mag Mammoth Scale. Huh. Alright, I mean, Stormeater's Boon is good. It is high level, but I'm just gonna take the sockets. I don't need, like, I actually have spare bullions already. I've already got the Orboreal Necklet, I've already got a weapon, I've already got good trinkets, good rings, so I don't really need to take Stormeater's Boon. I don't really want Mag Mammoth Scale, and I do need a bunch of sockets, so let's just throw this into these pieces, I guess, and slam in. What's my crit and verse looking like? Looks like my verse is into the DR and my crit isn't, but I have verse crit gems and not crit verse gems. Oh, now I don't have one. All right, I think it's Radiant Alex Strazite to get the other one. Buy that real quick. Radiant Alex. Buy 4 of those, so I have enough for when I get my other sockets too. Bang. And mailbox. And this one. This interface, by the way, comes from the add-on Narcissus, which is a great add-on. It gives this tier set thing as well. It has a bunch of mop remix features too. Does a bunch of other stuff as well. It gives you like a photo room, all kinds of stuff. Some people say it's a bit like RAM intensive or something intensive on some part of the computer, so your mileage may vary, but it's one of those add-ons as well that like is one of the highest chances of them adding a neat feature for whatever new thing is in any given patch that you might be able to use something like that little interface for, right? Like Shards of Domination interface, for instance, was I think something that came with it. Okay, here's my Paladin. My Paladin also extremely geared at this point. Two-piece gaming, as one does on this spec, and otherwise gear's all very good. We've got Myth Track Pants. Already got Myth Track Pants. So we're taking the Token of Merit. I already have one Token of Merit as well, so that is my socket. All right. That works out nicely, and I do have 3 things to socket, so I still need to... Yeah, maybe I'll bring my way into a dungeon or something, or into a raid this week on this character so I can actually get myself fully socketed out, but let's just throw that into the crafted things for now. Check the haste, check the mastery. Mastery is in DR, haste isn't. So let's go haste mastery. And cool. All right. The add-on for doing that, by the way, is True Stat Value, TSV, True Stat Value, for seeing if you're in the DR when you mouse over a stat. All right, here's my Demon Hunter. My Demon Hunter, I think, just did a key. I also did Dawn of the Infinite, but never lucky. Still don't have my trinket on this character, I don't think. So Yeah, hopefully we get something good out of the box, out of the vault. I think there are still a few slots that could upgrade this character. Pants. Yeah, pants were still on the hero track. This is my Havoc set right now, because I did do a key as Havoc. Not very good at that spec currently, but that's pretty fun. Let's see what we got. Yeah, myth track, kind of everywhere. A ring. The ring is a crest saver, which is nice. But I actually... Okay, hang on. What's my crest situation like on this guy? I have 70 Worm's Crests, and I only need it for my 2 rings. I think I can wait. I want to make progress towards my sockets on this character. What is the socket situation? I guess I still need 2 sockets. Maybe I can take the ring and then just make sure that I get... Because I only need 1 week's worth of sockets if I take a full vault of sockets to be all set up. Now, I do eventually want to not have the Seal of Filial Duty, probably. But if I craft a ring, then that'll be the same as taking the ring out of my vault. Oh, so that's maybe bad logic, actually. Maybe I should have taken the sockets, because if I craft the ring, that will also give me the discounts on upgrading these things. But too late. Maybe I'll just play with Seal of Filial Duty. I don't know. The shield is nice. The mastery is just really bad. But now if I send this up for 60 worms, the other one should be free, which it is. And that's me done with Worm's Crests on this character. And I actually could get an aspects discount as well. I have 44 aspects. Yeah, I guess I'll just send the rings up to 522 as well. That's probably a good use of 30 aspects to do that on 2 rings. That's probably pretty good. I guess I can do that with trinkets as well at some point. Why is this not working? I was trying to right-click to remove it, but it bugged out. This interface has always been a little buggy. I don't know if it's some interaction with an add-on or something, but... anyways. Pretty cool. A lot of eye level on the rings there out of that, so... I saved myself, I guess, 60 worms and 30 aspects out of my vault there, instead of taking 2/3 of a socket. Which I only did because I already am so close to being done with sockets on this character. That was my thought process there. We'll see if I end up regretting it at some point later. Here's my DK. I actually did do a key as on my DK. I did a Frost DK key, which is pretty fun. Frost DK is kind of sweet. I don't know. I was having a good time. Not very good at it. That was my first Frost DK key. I think this expansion, I've done some unholy keys back in Season 3, like 25s or whatever. Nothing too spicy. But Frost is pretty fun. I did very little damage, as you can see, but I was kind of trying to figure the whole thing out. Also, my trinkets and stuff are bad for this spec, but let's see what we got in the vault. An Algathar Hedge Cleaver. That's not better than Fearlath the Dreamrender. That's not as good as that, so I can take my tokens, and I do need a bunch of sockets on this character. Oh, my inventory is full. Let's get rid of this fluorescent fluid. And yeah, I do need sockets on this character. I think I need 1 more. Maybe I need 3 more. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I need 3 more. My rings are good, but my other stuff is not, so... This character's still got a little bit of a road ahead of it for getting sockets, and... The problem is I don't really want to log in to do much else, because I just don't really have much else to get on this character, especially in Blood spec. But maybe I'll find my way into a raid. I could use, like, 1 more Bullion to get a 528 version of this for tanking as well, so... I guess I do need to do a little bit more content on this character before it's done with the expansion. Alright, here is my Druid. And this character is also, I think, on 1 keystone. Loot spec balance. Oh, loot spec guardian, actually. That's fine. Ukal Ancestry beads. These are some pretty nice necklaces for a lot of specs, but I'm never replacing a lariat on this character. I don't have the heart to do that, even if this was, you know, for some of the specs, actually a really good necklace, which I'm not sure if it is for Druid. I think it probably is for some of the specs. Yeah, I still need to actually find something to socket. Oh, do I have bullions on this character? No, I need to do a raid on this character so I can get bullions and get a ring. Probably a Broodkeeper ring or something. Replace this one, and then put a socket in it. So I only need 2 sockets on this character, and I only need 2 more vault slots total, and then I'm all socketed up on this character. The harder part is I need something worth socketing in bracers and belt, but I actually have 96 aspects, so I can just craft into both of those slots, settle for 525 instead of 528, and that's definitely fine. So this character is also very much approaching full build. All right, here is my hunter. My hunter is also very strong. All my characters, very strong, very good characters. No rats this season. Being able to just start the season playing all your characters instead of having to like leave the rat alts until 2 months in like I usually do has meant that they have gotten geared very quickly when combined with the Season 4 changes. And, you know, doing something on all of them every week, which obviously that's a lot of World of Warcraft, but I like World of Warcraft, so let's see what we've got on this character. Not too much that it needs, TBH. Vault Piercer is a gun. Doesn't have a cool appearance. I'm gonna say not especially. So we're not gonna be thinking about the transmog yoink. And I do still need. Actually, I don't still need a socket because I have sockets in every socket slot. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get a Broodkeeper ring and then put this into it. I'm gonna take the transmog then. I don't need these tokens. The transmog is not all that cool, but you know, what if I want that someday? What if I want that transmog someday and I look back and I realize that I never got it and then I go and try and farm it and it never drops and I don't know. It's not realistic, but maybe I should have just taken the tokens of merit and then taken the gold, actually. That was probably the move there, was tokens of merit into piles of gold. That's tough. That's minus, is it what, 2,000 gold per token? Or 1,000 gold per token? So I may have missed out on 2,000 gold there. That one's, that's tough. That's really tough. Actually, let's see, how much is it? Okay, 1,000 gold per 2 tokens. So I only missed out on 1,000 gold. All right, never mind, not a big deal. I thought I missed out on 2,000 or 4,000 gold. That would have been a big deal, but no, we're cool. All right, here's my Warlock. The Circle of Ascended Frost is available here. Well, we're definitely going to take that because this character is done with needing sockets. This character picked up all of its sockets, picked up somehow Myth Track in socketable slots, except for, I guess, Helmet. I still need to find Myth Track, but I have extra sockets in my bags. This character just took sockets for so many weeks because it was offered garbage. So being offered a ring is nice because that ring is, again, going to save me 40 worms and a bunch of aspects. But that's definitely enough for me to... Let's see. So I have 210 worms, and now I need 60, 120, 180, 225. How much do I have? 210. So I need 15 more worms to be able to send everything up. So if I do all the weekly events, I should get enough drakes. If you do I think if you do this quest gives you 30 drakes. Each of the 3 parts of it gives 15. So you get 75 drakes from that. So that'll put me at 85 drakes, which is almost enough to trade up into another 15 worms. And then I have 61 Whelpling's crests. So if I go to the Waking Shores and I fly through 15 green balls, and then I do the entire last hurrah, Zarelite Caverns and Time Rifts, and then I turn those drakes into Worm's Crests, then I'll have 225 Worm's Crest. Then I can upgrade all of my upgradable slots up to 515. One problem is that I won't actually be able to uptrade worms into aspects, but I don't really care about doing that. I mostly just like being done with worms, you know, emotionally. Which I don't even have a good second trinket to upgrade here. I need to do a raid and get some bullion, so I need to find my way into some kind of content on this character. And then at some point I'll get 60 aspects and send this up to 525. That's my next place for aspects crests to go. And then the next 30 aspects crests will go into both of my rings. That'll be good value. Yeah, it's all coming together for old Dratno Summon. That's good. But for right now, we wait a little bit longer, because just in case I don't do that world content, I don't want to upgrade some of my stuff with Worm's Crests and then drop a piece in one of those slots, and then I would have been done. But now I'm not, because I, picked the wrong slot. There's an argument as well for just like waiting even longer, and then if I get enough drops in those slots, maybe I can upgrade some of those Worm's Crests to aspects, but I don't care enough to do that. I care enough to do a lot of stuff. A lot of like stupid min-maxing in this game, as you can tell by the things I ramble about in these videos, but I don't really care enough to do that. All right, here's my Mage. Mage is also just incredibly powerful. I actually did LFR on my mage as well as a key. So we're really hoping that the key slot is bad. It's Myth Track Gloves. Ooh, that's tough. I do want the sockets really bad. I also want the Myth Track Gloves. But I do have Leech in my gloves right now. Gloves are a pretty low stat value slot. I'm just going to take these sockets. If I ever need the gloves in future, I can surely bring this character to some kind of mythic raid and collect them there, but I need these sockets before I stop doing content that gives me enough Eyes of Awakening to get sockets. Like, I have so much stuff I need to socket on this character. Not the helmet. I need to upgrade my helmet. So what I should do with this character is find a way to bring it to a mythic run without many clothies somehow, which maybe is tough, but if I can, then I can get Myth Track, helmet, and gloves. I could also craft a helmet, I guess. That's probably not the end of the world. And then, yeah, at some point I do need to upgrade my gloves, but I don't know. As of right now, Mastery Verse, that's probably fine. Verse isn't great offensively, but it's great defensively. I'll make the argument that that's what I care about on those sockets somehow. I don't know, maybe I should have taken the gloves. Whatever. And then the LFR would have been for nothing is the thing, and I don't know if I have the heart for an LFR to be nothing at this point, given how much work LFR is. I do have a couple characters that'll probably be able to justify doing LFR just for bullions this week. That could be fun. Maybe I'll just turn on my stream and we'll do a chill LFR session, because I didn't really turn on my stream last week. As I said, I was playing a lot of Diablo 4. That game's pretty fun, but I'm pretty much done with that now, I think. All right, here is my Resto Shaman. Also, dangerously close to done with Worm's Crest. Loot spec Ellie. Try and get a Azure Vault trinket. Instead, we find a Bloodied Wedding Ring. I think that would finish me up on Worm's Crest, though. Yeah. Let me see. I think I maybe got an item on this character. I did. I got an Umbral Skull's Fractured Heart from an Azure Vault, actually, right at the end of the... like, in this key that I did on this character, which is nice. I'll probably replace this Azure Arcanic Amplifier with that, but it doesn't save me any crests. So if I take that ring, that is going to save me crests. I'm going to take the ring and save me crests, and I think this lets me send all my worms on this character. I think I'm close enough that lets me do that, because now I just need 60, 120 worms, and then I'm good. And I have 140. Yeah, so I don't know. Maybe I should have waited. Maybe I should craft in my cloak slot instead and not upgrade this champion track piece. Maybe this, maybe that. Maybe who cares? I'm doing it. Here we go. Upgrade to 515. Be done with Worm's Crests. Feel pretty good about it. And also let me put in my Umbral Skull trinket too, because that thing is cool. I've only used the other Azure Vault trinket so far. That Umbral Skull Fractured Heart trinket just hasn't dropped for me on like any of my characters until this one. So put that in there. Upgrade it as well. And yeah, this character actually needs a bunch of Aspects Crest now, but doesn't need Worm's Crest anymore. We are good on Worm's Crest. There it is. There's the 20 days after we finished with the Drake's Crest and the Whelpling's Crest. We're finally finished with Worm's Crest on this character. 518. Starting to look pretty strong. Pretty fun. Resto Shaman's been pretty fun for me as well. I've quite enjoyed gaming on that spec, so... maybe I'll have to bust out the Enhance at some point, though. I probably will have enough bullion soon to buy some weapons for Enhance. I guess I need trinkets as well, so... I think Dungeon Week is next week, though, so if I do that quest, I get a bunch of bullions. I just don't know if I'm going to have the heart. I don't know if I'm going to have the heart to do Dungeon Week the second time. I did Dungeon Week on every single character of mine the first time it was around, but I don't know if I'm going to have the passion to do it the second time. All right, here's my Priest. My Priest did a key, and not much else. As you can see, the character's gear, though, is quite solid. I've got 502 and 2 crafted slots. Would actually not mind seeing... I don't know, like a weapon or something. Cloak? All right, I don't mind seeing a cloak. That's probably fine. It is haste verse instead of mastery and stuff. So actually what's going to be good is upgrading this for now. I don't know what you catalyze into on Priest. There's some way of checking. Hang on. I always forget what the way of checking is. It's not here. It's in the appearances tab, right? Appearances. Sets. What is the one this time around? It's Furnace Seraph. Furnace Seraph's Verdict. And then we look at the cloak, Shroud of the Furnace Seraph. So if I whisper this to myself, and then I click on it. Ooh, Mastery Verse. All right, so I can catalyze this thing into Mastery Heavy. All right, I like that. That's probably good. I can also upgrade this for now though, and that's also fine until I get more Worm's Crest. So we'll just do that, and that's easier. All right. Yeah, I'm actually pretty close to a crafted piece on this character as well. 46 Aspect Crest, so I need to do 2 keys. Or 3 keys if they go real bad. Rogue time. My rogue also has done 1 key. And the second boss is Dawn of the Infinite. Still haven't gotten my dagger. I think I've done Dawn of the Infinite second boss on this character every week as well. Still haven't got my dagger. Game's bad. I don't know what to tell you. Stuff out here. But let's see what we can get. I think this character has a few slots that could still use some upgrades. The socket situation is pretty strong. We do still have 1 unsocketed piece, but it's bracers, and I'm kind of holding on to this eye for if I either craft or get Mythtrack bracers. So what are we even looking for here? Like Mythtrack gloves, Mythtrack chest piece, Mythtrack pants. Certainly not the Homeland Raid Horn. That's not an item we're in any danger of wanting ever, I don't think. So we'll grab our tokens of merit, and that's fine. That's fine. Still, I don't know. Maybe we'll buy 1,000 gold with those tokens of merit. I'm not going to take a Homeland Raid Horn. That would, in theory, save me like 2 Aspect Crests or something. But my trinkets are already pretty high item levels, so it wouldn't save me much. Wouldn't save me very much at all in those slots. So can't be bothered. Don't care. Give me my tokens of merit. I'm not selecting a Homeland Raid Horn. All right, finally we have my Evoker, which it looks like it did some raid content. Oh yeah, I did 3 heroic bosses, and then we gave up on Razageth. But I did 3 heroic bosses and a key, which is actually fine because I already have 2 tokens of merit, so I do still get 2 sockets here if I take the 4 tokens of merit. That was my thought process. That was why I didn't care too much that we gave up on Razageth. We do have Mythtrack pants. I already have Mythtrack pants. Or socketed bracers. I already have socketed crafted bracers. So yeah, this would save me 15 cresties if I select that. Don't care. We'll take our sockets, and I think this lets me finish sockets on this guy. Maybe I still need some. Okay, I still need 1 more socket, but I just put this real quick in these 2. And do I have a haste? I think I want haste on this character still. I'm in haste DR. Just give me like haste verse, I don't know. Which is Ephemeral something? Energize Ephemeral? Yeah, give me a little bit of verse. I don't know. I don't like dying to stuff, which is something that Evokers run into as a problem from time to time, so I'll take a little bit more verse. I'm not playing Og on this thing currently, but I can swap to Og relatively easily, actually, with the gear that I currently have. I do need to get a better thing than a Whelp Shell. And somehow in those 3 bosses I didn't get a Bullion. So I do need more raid content on this guy. But I do just need 1 more socket, and then I'm dunsies, so that will be good. If I just do, like, a couple LFR bosses, like if I do 2 LFR bosses in 1 key, then I can finish my sockets by taking the 4 tokens again next week. That could be pretty good. And then I could get some bullions and replace my Ruby Whelp Shell. And yeah, we're working on Aspect tokens, which Aspect tokens I think want to go into... It's tough. Maybe I want to get a bunch of bullions and just not craft in this slot, and instead just buy a piece and then upgrade it because it'll go higher. And I can move my embellishment to... Problem is I don't actually want to move my embellishment to my necklace because my necklace has my well-fed thing. I don't know. It's hard out here. I don't know what I'll do. Maybe I'll just keep this. But I don't want to be down item levels in my offhand. Offhand is a good slot. The offhand slot is like as good as your chest piece. Better even in terms of how much stuff it's providing. People think of offhands as irrelevant, and they are compared to main hands, and they super are compared to 2 hands. But compared to like every other slot on your character the offhand owns, it's a big stat budget slot. I don't know. I feel like people think about it like they think about belts and, you know, gloves and bracers, these low stat budget slots, but it is not that. It is strong. That slot has a lot of budget in it. Anyways, hope you've enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think. Let me know how your vaults were. Maybe see you in War Within for the first vault video of War Within. Or maybe we'll be back next week. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how the winds of passion blow us around this week. See you in the next one. Bye.